like I even show you. I'll show you my pay for the last 2 weeks. And keep in mind, this is in 5 days, bro.
5 days, 2,500, 2,600. All right, so you work for US Foods.
Yep. It's all overtime and double time today, so you don't want to miss that. Same pay to drive a box truck, Right. 45 and double time would be 60 because base pay is 30. So lighter day, pretty much easier work day, but same pay. Traditionally, I'll be on a Class A truck. It's a little bit more difficult with this because you don't have a pallet jack and your lift gate like normal, but it's easy, man. Really, really cool job. Union, excellent benefits, excellent pay.
You said 30, they start off.
Yeah.
Or is that max pay?
Well, it's $29.47, but
okay.
I don't care what anybody tell you, food service is one of the highest paying trucking jobs in the industry for company drivers. That's a fact. Another fact is that food service is probably one of the most hated jobs in the trucking industry. So if you're someone who's considering to get into food service, please do your research. Please understand what you're getting yourselves into. Speak to some of the people who actually have experience in food service. Not everybody that has something negative to say about food service is coming from people who have never done food service. Some of the negative comments and things people say about food service are coming from people who have experience doing food service, so they know what it's like. Food service is a tough job. Make no mistake about it. With that said, there are people that are doing food service and who have been in this industry for years, and it's not as challenging or difficult to them as it is to others. Believe it or not, this job becomes a little easier over time. The more you do it, the more experience you have. That's why you have people in food service for over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, right? I've talked to drivers out there that have been in food service for over 20 plus years. One thing that I always say about food service is that not everybody's going to have the same experience. Some people are going to have a terrible experience doing food service. Some people are going to have an okay experience, and they're going to be able to tolerate some of the things that go on in food service. You're going to have those moments where you're going to deal with a poorly loaded trailer, or you may have to dig for a lot of cases, or you may have an issue with your lift gate. You're going to experience all of these things in food service. And so these things happen. There are people watching this video right now that hate to hear me talk about food service in a positive light. Like, for example, this food service money, I know for a fact, has changed a lot of people's lives out there. This food service money has put people in different tax brackets. This food service money has allowed people to buy nice houses. It has allowed people to become first-time homeowners. It has allowed people to buy nice cars. It has allowed people to pay off debt and start investing. And all these great things came from food service. Food service is just like any other job out there. It's what you make it. Now, you don't have to do a physically demanding job like food service. There are a ton of different trucking jobs out there that you can choose from. Another thing about food service is this. Unlike some of the other trucking jobs out there where seniority plays a major factor in determining your overall pay, that's not necessarily the case with food service. I get first year drivers sending me screenshots of their paychecks all the time. They're making really good money. I get first year drivers commenting on videos all the time, sharing with me how much money they're making in their first year. Again, the word good money is going to be subjective. Good money is going to mean something different to whoever you ask, right? If you ask somebody in California what their definition of good money is, it's going to probably be different for somebody living in Louisiana or Texas. My overall point is this: if you don't mind putting in the work, you are going to be rewarded in food service. Listen, if you're somebody that's doing beverage, for example, maybe you're working for Pepsi or Coke or delivering beer, and you're already physically working hard, right? Not only that, you're having to stock shelves and rotate product in some places. You may want to consider doing something like food service where you can make more money. Look at it like this: if you're already working hard, Why not go somewhere where you're going to get paid more money for your efforts? There's a new CDL driver right now that's watching this video that's thinking about getting into food service. The only thing that I would ask you is this: are you willing to put in the work? Do you know the work that's involved in food service? Just know that if you get into this industry, you're gonna work hard. It's a tough job. Make no mistake about it. But the money is there to be made. I also want to debunk a myth. One myth that people say about food service drivers is that food service drivers don't have a life. Well, I'm a food service driver and I have a great life. And I know other food service drivers that have a great life and are doing very well for themselves. And so, again, guys, don't believe all the negativity that you hear surrounding food service. Food service has changed a lot of people's situation out there from a financial standpoint. You don't have to believe me. Just talk to some of the food service drivers. As a food service delivery driver, just know that you can expect these things. You can expect having to dig for cases. You can expect having long days. May not be every day, but you're probably going to have a long day. You can expect to work in all different types of weather conditions: rain, snow, cold, hot, all of those different things. You can expect to have some tough days, but I want you guys to understand that food service is more mental than anything else. You're going to have those moments where you're frustrated. You're going to have those moments where you want to quit. If you've been in this game long enough, I'm pretty sure if you ask most food service drivers out there, they would tell you that of course they've had days where they've wanted to throw in the towel. It just is what it is. You're going to have those moments. And that's just not with food service. You have many other trucking jobs where people feel the same way at times. You know, those sort of thoughts just comes with being in the workforce in general. But let's be honest, guys, some people want to make all the money in the world, but they really don't want to put in the work to do it. And I'm not necessarily saying that you have to physically work hard to make money. And I've said this time and time again, you don't have to physically work hard to make money. It's 2023. There are a lot of different opportunities out there that doesn't require you to put in a lot of sweat equity to make money. All you really need is this to make money at the end of the day. But since we're talking about trucking and since we're talking about food service in particular, unfortunately, you have to put in the work to make money from a physical standpoint. So if you're not willing to put in that work, don't even think about coming to food service. I personally think food service is a good opportunity for people to come in, get some experience, and who knows, you may end up staying in food service longer than you expected. One last thing I want to say about food service: hypothetically, if food service companies across the board, Cisco, PFG, Gordon Food Service, US Foods, McLean, you name it, if all you had to do was just pallet drops, everybody had an electric jack, everybody had lift gates, it was 100% no touch freight, all you had to do was just drop off pallets at customers, food service would be probably the best trucking job to have as a company driver. And you were able to make the type of money that we make in the food service industry, some of the top earners. If all we had to do was drop off pallets, I think food service would be better than probably most trucking jobs out there. You know how easy that would be? Maybe at some point we can get to that. But right now in 2023, unfortunately, we still have to deal with ramps. And I think ramps need to go away at this point. I will say this about the ramp. I do think using the ramp is a lot faster than using the lift gate, but it's so nice to have a lift gate on the back of the trailer, man. Coming from Beverage as a boat delivery driver, that's probably the only thing that I miss about Beverage is having a lift gate on my trailer. So listen, just think twice if you're thinking about getting in food service. Do your due diligence, do your homework, ask questions, and always keep this in mind, man. When you're talking about food service, remember that everybody is going to have a different experience. Not every company is created equal. Even if it's the same company, you still have different locations that run differently. But that's what it is, guys. The negativity, the hate, whatever you want to call it, that's probably never going away with food service. If you're somebody who's considering to get into this industry, you just got to figure out whether or not it's something that you want to get involved in. Listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. Remember, do me a favor, hit that like button for me if you get any value from today's content. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.